Hello, my name is Ilona and I'm going to take a look at Roe versus Wade. Yesterday, the Supreme Court has decided that this is not a constitutional right anymore and states are allowed to decide for themselves whether this is legal or not. And a lot of Republican states immediately jumped to the chance to make this illegal. I think this is incredible. I see this as a big win for the white hats. And this should tell people that really, if the dark energies were still in control, this would have never happened. Never. They need that supply of the trades, what they were doing. These Planned Parenthoods were really there to trade parts so they can use, of course, I'm not going to be very specific, but I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about, but they could use it in rituals. This was really a satanic sacrifice of life. They are a death cult. That's what they are. And they bring it, of course, as this is about the rights of women to decide, very strangely, especially if you look back that really when with the wasp sting, apparently no one has a choice, but now, of course, women do have a choice. So it really shows how hypocritical the entire stance is. But I just want to take a look at it right now. There's of course chaos, a lot of riots at the moment, at least in the night. I saw some clips. So I just want to take a look what the energy is right now of what's going on. I think that the white hats are going to use this in all kinds of ways, but I'm just going to see what the cards will have to say about this. Let's see, we have the Two of Swords. We have the Strength card, it's the central card. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. We have the High Priest, well that's interesting. And the King of Wands, so that's interesting for the near future. So this is the central card. This is bringing people back into their power, into their strength. And I think a lot of things are going to come out. Now this has changed really what it's really used for. What's happening with all these baby parts, so to speak. Well, this is really about rituals. This is about so much more horrific things and people really... This is about bringing in new information. This is just, I see this as a big, big win. This was so important. And of course, not only that they are closing down all the Planned Parenthoods, but this was also a big thing for the campaign for the Democrats. They got a lot of money through the Planned Parenthood. They really only, invested money in the Democrats, obviously. So this is very, very interesting if you look at this, because they're completely shut down, especially in the Republic states, that money. They're losing the money. They don't have access to, of course, the parts they need. They don't have access to all these, I'm not even going to mention that, but it really shut down most of their, the things they need, the dark energy needs. So this is really a massive blow for them. And this is about opening people's eyes. This is about taking away the blindfold, bringing in new information. It's very good that people are now also looking at the case, because the case itself, the Roe versus Wade, was dodgy as can be, and people are really starting to understand this should have never happened. How did this happen? Of course, there is a lot of the backlash. Yeah, of course, their dark energies are going to use this as starting a riot, starting chaos. But I do believe that the white hats are prepared, because this is the near future. The high priest is the dark energies, and we have the King of Wands, the white hats. So this is really a face-off between the dark energies and the white hats. I think that maybe even more things will happen, maybe even more chaos. But I do believe the white hats are completely on top of it, and I don't think they will use this. Maybe they even use this to bring in the military. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling this is all being used. This was all part of the plan. And if you just look at it, they've done this in a way brilliantly. This is just, and on the 24th of June 2022, which is 666. So it's very interesting, especially on that day with those numbers. They brought out this statement, this new, the Supreme Court, a new opinion about this case. It's just, I don't know, I just have this feeling that this is very, very important and this is a big win. But the dark energies are going to try to create chaos. They're going to try to create panic. But the white hats are on top of it. That's the feeling I'm getting. It still may look chaotic, because in a way we are still working towards a scary event to wake up as many people as possible. But I believe that the white hats know exactly what's going to happen. Of course, still damages can be done. The dark energies, do not underestimate them. They can still, on a smaller scale, can create havoc, pain, victims. But the white hats will make sure that it will not get completely out of hand. They were hoping for, of course, a civil war. I don't think that's going to happen. But they will try to push it as far as they can. So this was, of course, incredible, but the 17th letter of the alphabet has returned yesterday. This is very, very interesting. Apparently, the first message was, shall we play a game once more? And it had to be done this way. Are you ready to serve your country again? Remember your oath. So this is just incredible that the 17th letter of the alphabet came back after 1700 days from the first post, and of course on this day of 24th of June 2022, the 666. So I'm just going to take a look at the energy. This is very interesting. And this just feels so planned. We have the 5 of Cups. Central card is the Knight of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles in the past. We've got the Knight of Wands underneath. And we have the Knight of Pentacles for the future and the Lover's card. So this is really about bringing new information, bringing new hope. I think this was very important that the 17th letter of the alphabet returned. This is really to boost people to probably the end phase, like I've said before. That's the feeling I'm having for quite some time now. And this is really to pull us through that. There's of course a lot of people who are very sad and like, well, where did the 17th letter of the alphabet go? What was it going on? This is about really restoring that hope and really bringing it back to understanding that this really was the plan all along. Very important. Of course, the white hat's influence is all over it. So I think this is very, especially because yesterday, of course, Roe versus Wade, the change in that, it really showed that the white hats are winning. That really, like I said before, the dark hats, you know, the dark energies would never be able to do this. They never wanted to have this overturned. They tried everything they had to keep this. So let's just say this is really a big, big, big win for the white hats. And I think that's so people now can really truly see. If there's still some doubt, I'm sure still there are people in the truther community are like, well, they're going to just push through this agenda and we're still heading for 2030. I don't think we are. And I think this is really proving that it's completely falling apart. This was so important for the dark energies, the access to certain parts, the access to children, at least the I don't want to get into it too much, but it was used for all kinds of ways, also for the money. So they got a lot of money to, of course, do all their illegal things they have in mind. and it's completely cut off. And I think more and more information, like I've seen before in the other card reading, will come out about this. This is all planned. So the near future, I think we're going to hear more from the 17th letter of the alphabet. This is more about the plan, showing people the plan, so people will have faith and people will really trust the plan again. And especially as of course, it's going to be backlash. Like I said, there are riots going on from the dark energies, or at least the influence by the dark energies. But this is really showing that we're heading towards the right timeline, the positive timeline. It's about connecting with your heart, feeling what resonates with me, what doesn't. But this is so important, and I believe that the 17th letter of the alphabet has returned to show us more of the plan, to make sure to give us this gift of trusting and hoping again, because a lot of people are quite defeated, are quite disappointed. There's a lot of pain going on, a lot of sadness, especially with everything that's going on the financial side of things. People can barely make it till the end of the month, and maybe even hunger, and maybe even, just worries about how we're going to get through this. It's really about giving hope, showing the cups behind this person. So not focusing on what is lost, but seeing what is still there and what's going to happen, like what we can now do to change everything. So this is planned. This is being planned, and I think we're going to see more and more things coming out. I think there'll be more postings. And this is really about this feeling of connecting with our heart, with the universe, with God. I think that is so, so important. So I'm very happy, actually. I think this is great to see these things happening. And I think it is boosting, the trust and the morale in the truther community. Like, see, things are really falling apart. I never doubted that, but I could see on other channels there's some doubt, and we have to do this, and watch out, they're going to push through their agenda. It's not going to happen. They'll try, but it's not going to happen. That's truly my feeling all along. We really are in an incredible time in humanity, in the history of humanity. So we'll just have to see how it will develop, but I'm very positive about this. I want to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!